Hi, I'm Rebecca Carner, and today's tuning is going to be on the topic of self-expression. I was recently in a conversation with someone, and she recounted a story where her daughter got really shot down by an art teacher at a very early age, and the piece of work that I was looking at of her daughter's creation was really, really beautiful. And it really occurred to me, and one of the other people present commented, how many of us all have been shot down at a time when we were really vulnerable. And then she turned to me and said, Rebecca, that would be a really great topic for the next tuning. So I'm going to go ahead and get started in the Earth Star Energy Center around this idea of really rekindling and reconnecting ourselves to our unique self-expression and have that be okay and feel okay again. Pretty much everybody at some point in their life, or many, many, many times in their lives, have really been shot down. When they presented themselves in a certain way, the person or people to whom they presented themselves completely debased them. And some people bounced back from that and tried again and again and again. And then some people, it's as if a little portion of themselves really got sort of forever boxed up in that moment. And even if even if that little element of yourself got boxed up in that moment and has stayed boxed for however long, it's still there and it's still a part of you and it's still seeking expression. And so today's mini tuning is really on the topic of, can we reconnect to that part of ourselves, and can we diminish the charge, diminish the gravity of somebody's dismissive or belligerent response to us in the past? Can we move past that and leave it where it was and leave it for what it was, which was quite simply an opinion? We all know what opinions are like. Everybody has one. And that's fine. They can have their opinion. Nice. The Earth Star Energy Center's really been activated. I'm going to move around to the crown now, to the Sun Star Energy Center, and really the Sun Star Energy Center feels really buzzy and a little bit, I don't know, kind of almost excited feeling, as if the mere suggestion, oh, you mean after all this time I can make that art, I can write that blog, I can do whatever, dance that dance, write that article, draft that document that's so meaningful to me, and my approach to it might be different than my bosses or my partners or my colleagues, but I'm going to go there. I'm going to do it. I can do it now. Everybody take a nice big breath and imagine the flow of expressive ideas really coming down on through your head, like the ideas, the inspiration, the musings, the ponderings. Just really open that channel. It feels really tight right here, as if there. Yeah, this tuning is really to remove the self-doubt Anybody who shot you down at any point, what they were doing was essentially giving their opinion, which had whatever gravity it did or didn't to you at the time. But it was theirs. In many ways, it had precious little to do with you. It was their opinion about you. But you doing you is you. That's all yours. But that their opinion planted the seed or strengthened the sapling of self-doubt. Because when you express yourself vulnerably, truthfully, and authentically, it's I call it a very naked experience. Not in fact that you are unclothed, but that you feel very revealed, very exposed. And so there's always a little measure of self-doubt, of trepidation, of vulnerability. And so when somebody shoots you down, there we go, that really opened up. They've preyed upon the self-doubt. And that's ineffective. It doesn't do anything. Everybody doubts. When I was tuning in and getting ready to film this segment, I kept remembering, I think it was an Under Armour commercial with Misty Copeland in it, who is an American ballet dancer, and who is a premier dancer in her field. And the beginning of the commercial started with a voiceover reciting all the rejection letters that she had gotten as she had applied at the beginning of her career, either for posts at ballet schools or to be in dance companies. And the comprehensiveness of the critique of her, and they just picked her apart, each letter after each letter, of why there was absolutely no way that she could be an effective ballet dancer. And yet something in her knew that she was going to express herself through the dance of ballet. And then she proceeded to do it truly against all odds, and is now lauded for her creative and individual expression that comes through her body in the form of ballet. And I was really thinking, that tenacity, that subtle interior trust in self, regardless of all the disparaging messages, is so inspiring. And it's really that frequency, it's that nature that I really wanted to tune towards today, because we've all been shot down, but we all have a kernel of inner, but wait, I'm pretty sure I'm special. I'm pretty sure only I can say it quite like this. And yes, that's true. You can. So do it. And today we're going to tune towards that end. The area of the holographic body that seemed the most heavy were the knees, actually. I hadn't anticipated that, but after tuning in, that's where we're working today. And rather than, as I come through the field, as I move through the field, rather than doing a really, really deep dive, so the knees hold the energy of moving forward, overcoming obstacles. If you think of a hurdler running as fast as they can and bending the knees to get over the hurdles, and they make it look so effortless and so easy. That energy is in the knees. Can I get up over this challenge be it a physical, real-world challenge or a challenge of belief. And then also the left knee holds the energy of, should I stay or should I go? Do I continue thinking like this? Do I continue living here, working here? Sometimes it's specific, like a location, but sometimes it can be like, should I continue working in this way? Should I change up my approach? Should I flip the script in some kind of a way? And that we're talking about expression. So if you sort of rekindled that, any measure of that boxed up part of your expressive style, your unique voice, that would have you living and working in a different way. You wouldn't even necessarily have to change location, but everything would be quite different. Everybody take a nice big deep breath. The sound in the fork feels like that moment when you hear the bad news or the bad reception of what you've just done, and it's like that little inner voice in you cries out, wait, no, this was awesome. No, this was exactly what I meant to say. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know this is right. I know I said it or did it right for me. And that's so powerful. It's so loud. That inner knowing, and to be externally impressed that you're wrong. Let's just shake that off. I mean, it's not the one time, right? It's the gabillion times. Little ways, you put an outfit together and your best friend said, oh, I don't really think that suits you. Whereas you were really feeling that expressed yourself that day. So it could be tiny little things like that. And then it could be really, really big things. Getting denied from the school of your dreams because your subjective essay didn't make the cut. And really turning around that idea, okay, your subjective essay didn't make the cut. That was your dream school, you thought without ever having been there, and they just told you you weren't right for them. That could be a devastating blow, or you could realize, oh, you know what, I've really got to actually submit this essay any number of other places because this is what I have to say. And if that other institution doesn't want to receive it, then some other place will, and that'll be the right fit for me. Now, what's really coming up is sort of the reframe of when you got rejected from something you thought you really wanted. You took it as sort of a black mark against you rather than an indicator that said institution, said person, said job, said whatever wasn't right for you. So it's like, instead of thinking, oh, well, I'm really glad that I got that rejection now because I need to go express myself somewhere, and if this place or these people aren't open to it, I'm so glad I didn't invest any more time. We rarely take it that way. We take it more like, oh, I guess I'm just awful. Oh, well, if they don't want me, then what I have to offer isn't worth offering. And that just couldn't be further from the truth. Whew. Let's change. Even if somebody isn't open or receptive to what you have to offer, that does not mean that what you are offering isn't worth offering. It just simply means they're not interested right now. So you can keep offering, you can keep doing you. Nice. I'm just going to move through and really gather up the momentum, kind of like in the Roadrunner cartoons when the Roadrunner is about to take off, and for a second the bird's legs spin really, really quickly, and it's represented in like an oval gearing up, and then it shoots down the road. I'm really imagining sort of depositing this energy into your knees and kind of revving that distant memory of self-trust, bravery, if not bravado, that you had originally to express yourself early in life, and all the ways that it got shot down. We can literally just wipe the stickiness of all those disparaging comments and rejections. Really imagine yourself moving forward in authentic self-expression. As I call them up, really imagine yourself, every step I take, I can say me, and it's going to come out right. Because, right, how can it come out wrong? Nobody else is you. People who put words in your mouth or say, oh, you didn't say that right. Well, okay, again, all they're saying is that you didn't say that right for them. But if you said that right for you, just know that. And own it, and you can keep that. There's like a real low tone. It's like a weakness. So I'm weak in the knees. Like it's going to take too much energy. It's going to take more energy than you've got to say yourself loud, say yourself proud. Say it loud, say it proud. Just do you, you know. There's this feeling on the outside of the field of the knees on this side that, like, oh, I don't know, I think I'll just stay safe. I think I'll keep my voice in the box. It's going to take too much energy to let it out. That's actually a trick idea. It takes more energy to edit yourself constantly. It takes more energy to not be you. The path of least resistance for energy is to have it bubble up from within and just come out of you clean and easy, just like a spring out of the side of a mountain. It takes more energy to capture that water and reroute it and train it into an irrigation stream and blah, blah, blah. Not that you can't do that with spring water, but it takes more energy. So it's like the original expression as it comes up just trust it to come out right, and always set the intention for self-expression to be diplomatic and effective, and still authentic. You don't have to edit and script yourself for everybody's liking, whatever community you're in, or all the communities that you are in. There's just some resistance. There's kind of a lot of pushback. And really for time, I'm going to move through this. I'm going to switch to a weighted fork and really tenderly lift all those feelings of, God, it's as if that rejection, that all the shoot downs that ever got delivered are really, really, really embedded. It's really thick. It's really deep. And collectively, we've crafted a narrative that it's going to take too much to excavate. Like I've got so many balls rolling right now, and I've been expressing myself this way. For me to sort of go back and reconnect with this, it's going to take too many earth movers to get there, and that's just not true. Even if it got put away a long time ago, or got somehow squelched long ago in history, it doesn't actually make it any deeper or any further to access. It's actually just right there, just right there. Just take a breath. And that box that got sealed up and had another box put on top of it and whatever, it's really not buried that deeply. It's not a time capsule. It happened long ago in the timeline perhaps, but it's not in a buried time capsule. It's actually just, it's on our front porch. It's right there. It's in the corner of your bedroom. It's just, there we go, that lightened up. You can access it at any time. It's not that far away. Nice. All right. All right, I'm going to finish up kind of restoring this energy, restoring our inner faith, restoring the urge and the impulse to be you. It's okay. And to really have, the other thing with expressing yourself is that, in whatever way, it can be written, it can be, I don't necessarily mean artistic expression. There we go. Is that it's fun, and it's self perpetuating. Like the minute, yes, that was really brightening up. The minute you start to do it, you want to do more, and then all of a sudden the ideas to do it come more and more and more and more quickly and more quickly. Let's column that up. It doesn't matter how long ago I stopped. It's right here and accessible to me. I can express myself with freedom. And the more I express myself in ways that are authentic to me, the more it fuels me to go forward, and the better it feels time and time again. All right, so that's the end of the mini tuning on self-expression. I'm going to wrap up the energy field. We opened it up, we did a little dive, and now we're just going to wrap this up. And really, as I call them up on these next two strikes, just imagine radiating you forward. Self-expression, clean and simple. This is me. This is how I express myself. One more, or another one. And I'm at liberty to do that. Great. Please visit RebeccaCarner.com if you'd like to book a session.